Thank God. Thank God. Welcome back to another Sixers video, 4 for 4 Philly fan. Today is a good day. Sixers go into the All-Star break where they win against a top-tier team. And I know it's at home. I know. Trust me, I was there. But it feels good to still beat good teams on the road, home. It doesn't matter. Beating good teams is beating good teams. And Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, Josh Richardson, Tobias, they stepped up. They stepped up big time. And I couldn't have asked for a better game, a better redemption game for Joel Embiid than against the Clippers, than against Kawhi Leonard. Honestly, because beating Kawhi Leonard, obviously to this team, it means a little bit more than beating somebody else. Him and LeBron. Kawhi, LeBron, Westbrook, those are the three guys that Joel Embiid obviously has more battles with than anybody. Harden, you can add in there, Giannis. But Kawhi Leonard is obviously Joel Embiid's. He knocked us out of the playoffs last year. There's really nothing else to say about it. There's obviously Boston and, Brooklyn, but I'm talking about players. Giannis, Kawhi, Westbrook are probably Joel Embiid's three biggest rivals. They probably have the most hatred towards each other. Not that Kawhi hates Embiid, but Embiid definitely hates Kawhi. He knocked the Sixers out of the playoffs. He sent us home on a buzzer beater 3. With that being said, though, Joel Embiid, amazing game. He played a great game. 26 points, 9 rebounds, and a huge block on Marcus Morris. Joel stated the day before on social media that, he was turning into the villain and doing all this and doing all that and saying that he wasn't getting, I don't know. He was just saying a bunch of stuff. Jimmy commented under the picture, and social media pretty much blew up. And the game yesterday was a test for Embiid. It was a big, where are we sitting as fans, as a franchise, as players to teammates? It was big. It was obviously a big thing. And Joel responded the way that old Joel Embiid has responded in the past. He was playing with energy, with passion, and he was having fun. That's all I ask, is for Joel Embiid to have fun out on the court. Because when Joel has fun, the team looks better. The team looks great when Joel Embiid has fun. And you could tell it. You could tell from his first points of the game. And he was off a little bit on free throws, but you could tell it from the first points of the game for him. Gets a rebound down low off a Simmons miss, pulls it down, offensive rebound, goes back up, finger rolls the layup in, and one, hypes up the crowd. And there was multiple cases where Joel was having more fun, where Joel was playing like old Joel Embiid. There was multiple cases of that. Joel really has not gotten under anybody's skin since the Karl Anthony Towns fight. And he was clearly getting in people's skin, under their skin yesterday. Him and Marcus Morris got into a shoving match late fourth quarter because Joel Embiid was dominating. Ben Simmons was dominating. Josh Richardson was dominating the fourth quarter. Locking them up, getting offensive rebounds. Being pests. And that's what this team needs, is a Joel Embiid that goes up for layups, goes up for rebounds, goes up for dunks, goes up for blocks, steals the ball, rebounds. We need Joel Embiid to be Joel Embiid. And yesterday, Joel Embiid played exactly the way we needed him to win this game. So after the shoving match with Marcus Morris, Joel shot 2 free throws. He won 1 of 2. came back down. Marcus Morris carried up the ball after the missed free throw. And obviously Joel was on him. Marcus Morris, one dribble to the right, went up for the layup, blocked off the backboard by Joel, the process Embiid. And that's the Embiid that we miss. That's the Embiid that we love. The Embiid that will go out and lay his body on the line. The Joel that will respond in blocks on social media with the fans. And he did all of that in that little sequence of pushing and shoving. After the shoving, obviously they had to review everything, see is it a technical double tech? They ended up giving them both double techs, but as Joel was walking off the court, he put his hands up and said, "Let's go. Let's go. I'm back. I'm back." And Joel Embiid was back. He was back yesterday. And if this Joel can play the rest of the season like this, the Sixers will be fine. The Sixers will be fine. Because really the reason why the Sixers aren't playing great is because of Joel. It's because of his laziness, of this and that. But the main reason why Joel has been struggling is because he hasn't had fun playing basketball. He had fun last night. And you could tell because he was everywhere. He was setting high screens, he was setting low screens, he was setting picks. He was going up for offensive rebounds like crazy. He was bullying Zubac all game. He bullied Harrell. And that's what we need from Joel Embiid. Because we all know that Joel Embiid is the best center in the league, and I will stick to that until the day he retires. Joel Embiid is the best center in the league. I don't care what anybody says. To me, he is the best center in the league when he wants to be. And we need him to be that best center in the league for the rest of the season in order to make that push. Because if we're the 4th seed, it's going to be a battle first and second round and third round and NBA Finals. But if you're the 3rd seed, you will have home court, and you don't have to see Milwaukee until the Eastern Conference Finals. And then you take care of business and go on to the NBA Finals and see what happens from there. But right now, we have to worry about getting Joel back to the way Joel plays. And it starts with, now we're on All-Star break. We have 9 days off. Joel and Ben obviously will participate in the All-Star game. Nobody else is going down. They might go down, but nobody else is participating in anything. But what I really want is for Joel just to be Joel again. Because when Joel is Joel, we win games. And I've been saying that for the longest time. When Joel Embiid wants to be, he is the best center in the league. And there's no doubt in my mind. No doubt. Now on to other players. Ben Simmons. My God, Ben Simmons. You know, I was talking to a couple of my friends earlier before the game started. I was saying, Joel will probably be the best player of the game. Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons was the best player of the game. He was the best player in the game. He took over. When Joel was out, when Joel was in, he took over. 26 points, 10 assists, 12 rebounds. Back-to-back triple-doubles. And there's no more saying, Ben Simmons can't play well against good defenders. Because he just played against arguably the best defender, other than Rudy Gobert and Kawhi Leonard, who was guarding him. And then you have Paul George with help defense. Ben Simmons had himself a night, and it was needed. Beating good teams means that your star players need to step up, and that's exactly what happened. Joel and Ben stepped up all game. They continued it throughout the whole game. Ben was driving on them like crazy. And that's what we need from Ben Simmons. He is a 6'10 point guard. He even had a little mid-range jump shot at the end of the shot clock that went in. But this is what we need from Ben Simmons. We need him to drive. We need him to get fouled. And the rest will come. The rest of the team will follow. Because when Ben Simmons is playing well, the team plays well. Just like Joel Embiid. When Joel plays well, Ben plays well, the team follows. They are the two leaders. And I don't care what the media has to say. Oh, well, Joel Embiid got booed when he was coming out in the player introductions. And then what? What were we doing as soon as he scored? But you don't have that. You don't have that. You don't have the cheering after he scored the and one. You don't have that, though. But you have us booing Joel Embiid. The media is trying to fool everyone. Joel Embiid is not going anywhere. He's not. He's not going anywhere. He loves this city. The city loves him. The fans love him. Joel Embiid is Philly made. We made Joel Embiid. He was just a kid from Cameroon that came over, played a couple basketball seasons in high school. He played at Kansas, got injured, and who has had his back the whole time? Not the media. Not the media. But they had Fultz's back, but not Joel's. They had Ben's back, but not Joel's. We as Philadelphians had Joel Embiid's back the entire process. And that is why we still say, trust the process. Because of Joel Embiid. Every time Joel went to the free throw line yesterday, trust the process. Because we, as fans, still trust in Joel Embiid. There's no reason to get over, there's no reason to over-exaggerate over friends commenting back and forth on Twitter and Instagram. And I get it. I was ticked off about it. Because, one, he wasn't playing very well. And two, we were losing. We've been losing games. We just lost to Jimmy Butler, matter of fact. We lost to Jimmy. We lost to Giannis. We lost to Boston. We lost to Trae Young. They're all good players. And Joel Embiid was coming up short in almost all of them. 11 points against the Celtics. He comes back, has 29 against the Heat. But Joel Embiid wasn't having fun. He wasn't having fun out there. And you could tell. Because he was mad at Brett Brown. He was mad at the players. And it just wasn't good. It just wasn't a good scenario what was going on. And then the whole thing with Jimmy. He comes out, says he wants to be the villain. He lives long enough to see himself become the villain. And then yesterday in the interview after the game, what does he say? I could be a little bit of both, the hero and the villain. And then Philadelphia loves Joel. You can't tell me that the Philadelphia fan base, the Sixers fan base, doesn't love Joel. When players have hated on him, when other franchises have hated on him, we have stuck behind Joel Embiid throughout his career. And we will continue to do it until his career is finished in a Sixers uniform. Because he's not going anywhere. Get that out of your head now. Joel Embiid is not going anywhere. He's not. He is staying, and he will not go anywhere. Believe me, he will not be anywhere else but in a Sixers uniform. Now, I know this whole video has basically been about Embiid, but can you blame me? He finally looked like Joel Embiid. He finally looked like Joel. Josh Richardson. Monster fourth quarter. Monster fourth quarter. 21 points, 5 rebounds, 17 points in the fourth quarter alone. That is what you call a closer. That is a closer for you. When you can go out there and when you need somebody to get you a bucket, you can. Josh Richardson was pulling up from everywhere in the fourth, and he was draining everything. And that is what we need. And we've missed Josh Richardson so much as a team. We have. You could tell. We had Shake, and there's no knock on Shake. He's a decent player, but he's not Josh Richardson. Josh Richardson this season has been playing very well. Very well. And yesterday it showed. He played very well. And he was shooting the 3-ball great, especially in the fourth quarter when we needed a big bucket. He was there to do it. Alec Burks got his first points as a Sixer, little pull-up mid-range jump shot. Then he went on to miss the next 3. Matisse hit the dagger 3. Glenn Robinson had 6 points. Al Horford came off the bench for the first time since 2007 in his rookie year. He finished with 9 points. Furkan started over him and had 0. Couple shots were missing, rimming in and out. But keep Furkan on the bench. Just keep him on the bench. Now Tobias. 17 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists. And a monster slam. He turned up in the second quarter. He turned up in the first half. But in the second quarter, the end of the first, he turned up. Pull-up 3 led to a layup, led to the huge slam, led to a falling away out of bounds, little floater jump shot looking thing that went right in. Tobias and Josh Richardson literally switched roles. Josh Richardson turned up in the second half, and Tobias turned up in the first half, while Ben and Joel were going off the entirety of the game. And that is what we need. This is what a good playoff team has. It is. It's that simple. And you're not going to be playing teams like the Clippers every game. You're not. You're going to have games against the Hawks, which we do. We're going to have games against, I don't even know. Just bad teams. You're going to have those games. And that's okay. But you have to execute. You have to beat these bad teams on the road, at home. It doesn't matter. You have to beat them. And that is the main concern with this team. It's still winning on the road. And we have a break now. So we will see what happens. But the Sixers beat the Clippers last night. We go into the All-Star break with a W. Sixers win 110-103. And before I go, Paul George, stop. Stop it now. The refs were against you. Are you kidding me? There was multiple calls in that third quarter to get the Clippers back into that game that were for you specifically, for Paul George specifically. And yet he has the audacity to complain, oh, the Sixers got the home calls, they had home court advantage, 19-11, the stats speak for themselves. Well, how about this stat? 3 of 15. Numbers speak for themselves. 3 of 15 from the field. That's what you went. You can't complain. You are a superstar player. Why are you complaining about calls when you're missing 12 shots? He made the first 3, and then he basically disappeared. There was terrible calls all night. That's what it happens. All right? It happens. But to say that the refs cost you when you shot 3 of 15, that's a joke. That's honestly a joke. And I'm the first one to complain about the refs. I hate officials. Don't get me wrong. The officials make stupid calls all the time. But you went 3 of 15. You were the reason why they lost. Not anybody else. Everybody else had a pretty good game on your team. Shaman had 20. Kawhi had 29. Harrell had double figures. Zubac had double figures. Lou Will had double figures. You had double figures, but you had 11 points, and you went 3 of 9. 3 of 11. 3 of 15. 3 of 15. You went 3 of 15. So I don't want to hear that. It was a great win by the Sixers. I am very happy about where this team is right now, especially after last night. Sixers win 110-103 versus the LA Clippers. Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons each with 26 points. Josh Richardson with 21 points, 17 in the fourth quarter alone. Tobias went off in the first half, 17 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists. Ben Simmons also notches his second triple-double in back-to-back games. That is it for this video. Like, share, comment, subscribe. We have now surpassed 170 subscribers. Thank you all for that. 200, there will be a giveaway. Hat giveaway. I'll be giving away 2 hats. Whatever you want. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm out. Peace.